Good dog, and welcome back to the Norwegian campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So let's see, I should have been able to fix the little kerfluffle with all my ships that teleported to distant ports, because the game is just the way it is, by editing the save file a little bit. So let's see if that has actually been resolved after clicking through these events and playing this battle. Yeah, no, I do not think I want to send two light cruisers out to fight a Macon class heavy cruiser. That's a losing battle. But I guess we have no choice. We're gonna have to play it. And because this American heavy cruiser has a top speed of 36.9 knots, I think it is, running away is not really an option either. Well, it could work. Just get far enough away that... a little bit of lag. Get far enough away that I get the option to end the battle. But I guess if no, it's too close. It's already oh, I've spotted them. They have not spotted me. How far away are they? 60 kilometers? I mean, maybe. But then again, it's just gonna get closer, even if I try to run away, because it is faster. Even faster than the Viking. Yeah, about 2 knots faster than my my light cruisers. So then, it is a fight to the death. I do outnumber them though. And if I can get lucky with the torpedoes, maybe something can work out. I do have plenty of torpedoes on that destroyer. As long as I don't torpedo my own destroyer here, it should be fine. Maybe. Viking 48 is taking hits though. And this being a very maneuverable target, I will need to get close before launching if I am to have any chance of hitting. Of course, they are launching their own torpedoes. Darn it. Wait, torpedoes off because they are maneuvering. They dodged the torpedoes from my cruisers. Okay, we're gonna have to try and launch now. And just hope for the best. There we go, 15 torpedoes in the water. Yeah, they're gonna miss. It's already in a turn. But I was just not confident that my little destroyer would survive, waiting for a better angle. Maybe it can survive now, though. Yeah, no. That's a kill shot. The flooding. Svein has another spread of torpedoes. We can try and launch. They are, let's see, they are on this side. We're doing some flooding. We've damaged their tower. Let's see. This can be a thumbnail. Like real close quarter combat. Let's see. Let's turn those on. And hope that we actually get a launch here. Terrible angle. Now my torpedoes are gone, and they missed. These third torpedoes are probably not going to hit me. %41% crew loss. Okay, I think we're gonna get the crew of this enemy cruiser. Maybe 43.4. Yeah, we're gonna get them. There we go. Nice. Okay, we took some damage. Lost a destroyer, but we did sink an enemy heavy cruiser. So that's pretty nice. Okay. Next up, some port strikes. And losing some more transports. But that's okay. I think the transport capacity is still taken Pakistan. Nice. Seychelles. Okay. Germany has switched governments again. Here, they only need 9,000 tons to take this. 9,000 tons is not much. Let's see, let's move these guys over here. I want to try and take Western India. Or maybe just take Bangladesh first. Actually, I think I will. I don't think Western India is an option right now. So I don't have a fleet in the Arabian Sea, but Bangladesh was available. So this will just have to wait a little bit. Cruiser versus cruiser. A Freya class versus another Macon class. We've had these battles before. They're not easy, but they're not impossible. They typically go my way. And I think I said it before that the latest class the Americans are building, they're building a new one, type of heavy cruiser, replacing the Macons, making these kind of an endangered species. As if they're building something else, that means they're not building more of them. So they're gonna run out. The new one is not as good. It's not as fast as these Macons, and it's got less firepower. Let's see, go with AP first. They do slightly outrange me. And of course they're very hard to hit when they're going at Mach 9 or 36 knots. I know, technically it's not Mach anything, but they're pretty speedy for heavy cruisers. Let's see if I can reduce the cruising speed. 29. There we go. They've taken some flooding. Now they're gonna slow down. And the more they slow down, the easier they're gonna be to hit. And the more I hit them, the more they're gonna slow down. There we go. That was a decent hit. If I can get a little bit more, that would be very nice. Like that, for example. Yeah, now we're talking. Up to almost 80% chance to hit. Great. As long as they don't start launching those annoying torpedoes at me. They're not in torpedo range yet, so we should be good. Because that's where I start to eat damage, when I have to turn around. And they start going through my extended belts. But so far, this is played out as well as it can play out. Nice. No damage taken. Excellent. Alright, let's see. They should be here in Kiel. Yes, they are. Nice. I did not check where all the their DDs went. They had a bunch of Vikings with them. They've been scattered all around. Let's see, 100% chance to invade. Is it Sardinia we're invading? I think so. Still 100% chance to take Western France. Nice. Even if they've got a couple of ships in the circle, it's not too much. Now then, these ships are again available. Let's try this time to actually send them out and not like accidentally send them to a port. It should work. Then I want to take back my my island. I have to do that next next turn, I guess. 183% transport capacity. That's fine. Down to 56%. Alright. Still got 5 months though. Britain. This was at 0, and they just let it tick up, and now they sent a ship here. That's the exact same thing France did when they took Helgoland from me, which of course had disastrous effects, because I accidentally moved this task force too close to the port, so the game interpreted that as me sending them to port, and then because they were now in port, and they were no longer preventing the French from taking the island, which was my intention. So the French took it, and the game decided that no, all these ships that accidentally went into this tiny port, we're going to scatter them all over the world. So I had to edit the save file to bring them all to Kiel, because that's just dumb. How the game just goes, oh no, they're gonna go to random ports. Like I had ships down here in Persia and other places. Mind-numbingly stupid it is, but that's how it is. Nothing you can't quote-unquote fix by quote-unquote cheating a little bit though, so I'm not above that. Now then, on to December. Alright, also lots of free shipbuilding capacity, so let's build some stuff, maybe. Here we go. I've forgotten this was here. Anyway, this is most of what the French have left, I think. 3 heavy cruisers, 2 lights, and 2 of these very expensive, very big destroyers. Nice. Do I just yes, I think I will. I think I will just let the battlecruisers take care of this, because they're slated for retirement. After this war ends. Let's see, Maud, you can join with the other Battlecruisers. Like so. Actually, no. I changed my mind. You're gonna detach. Then Märtha will detach and join with Maud because they're sister ships. They are identical, while Vänamoinen and Ilmarinen are also sisters. I still think they're all four of them very, very attractive looking ships. Perhaps especially Maud and Märtha. These big towers I gave them in the refit. Maybe a little bit big for Ilmarinen and Vänamoinen. With Maud and Märtha, which are a little bit bigger again. They just look right, kind of. There we go. That might be a thumbnail. Maud has taken some damage in a previous fight, but it's nothing too serious. Morgan Kane and Dovre, maybe I might keep them like around in the back. But mainly I just want to let the Battlecruisers do some work here. Let's pick out some targets for the big 16-inch guns. The not so big 14s can start targeting these destroyers. Chance to hit a little bit on the low side, but we're still scoring hits. There we go. One of those $2 billion dollar destroyers just took some big hits. We're at 30 kilometers. Let's go with HE on the 16s. Let's see what that will do. Or do they have thick? No, they do not have very thick extended belts. So that should do some damage, and it does. This one, which isn't even being targeted, has also taken some hits. These light cruisers, we know from before, they are not really a threat. Okay, and suddenly my oh, bad. Thought one of the 16-inch battlecruisers were targeting a destroyer, but no, it was just a cruiser target they had assigned that had fallen out of line. There we go. That was the last of the destroyers. Cruiser's not doing too hot. Taking a little bit of damage in return. Vänamoinen has taken a hit. Victor Hugo. Victor Hugo home. Actually, it's gonna go to the bottom. This one too. Just one decent hit away from sinking. Sully just took a lot of flooding. Oh, the battleships are firing. I'd kind of forgotten about those. Morgan Keane, you've done 76,000 damage. I didn't even intend for you to be a part in this battle, but fine, I guess. I mean, if you insist. Well, I was gonna let the old battlecruisers have the honors of winning this one. Sully sinks. Let's have Ilmarinen and Vänamoinen take on the light cruisers, while the 16s finish off the last of the enemy cruisers, heavy cruisers. And I think that was it, yeah. Nice. And that's one light cruiser that will not survive this battle. Just need one more hit like that to finish it off. That's actually the one of the 14-inch guns doing all of that. Let's go back to HE on the 16-inch guns. You don't have a whole lot left, but I think these light cruisers don't have enough armor to actually, no. Oh, this is gonna sink now. I think 0.6 is actually too little for the HE shells on the 16-inch guns. So they're gonna overpen. And 5-inch on the main belt is too much. So they might be better off firing AP and going for hoping for main belt penetrations. Like that. That was a 14, but okay. Nice. Oh yeah, that was a port attack battle. Okay. That's why that task force was involved. That kind of confused me for a bit. Let's keep going. Got heavy on light cruiser. Nice. And this is, I think, maybe the best heavy cruiser class to fight a light cruiser like that. This is the one that doesn't flood, though. Right, that's the one with the special foam. Or at least I think it is. Let's just turn off those torpedoes. Might need them later. Gun range and torpedo range, about the same. What's your gun range, Cairo? 15.1, and you got 18-kilometer torpedoes. There we go, scoring some hits. Let's see if this thing takes any flooding whatsoever. Maxed out draft, or near enough maxed out, I think. Plus 12% is quite a bit. So slowing this down with flooding hits is just not gonna happen. 0.5 for an aft belt. 5 on the main belt. I will probably have to get closer to do that. Not that much closer. There you go, main tower penetration. How about we try some HE? See if going through the extended belts will do anything. Or if it's just gonna be blocked. They're doing something. I guess those torpedoes underway. They've launched as well. I've lost my torpedoes now. Let's jump down to cruising speed. +5 torpedo visibility, so I should be able to see them even without sonar. I think they missed though, because I did some maneuvering. Yeah, still no flooding taken on the enemy ship, even though I've just destroyed the extended belts. So we're gonna have to go for full structure kill or a surrender kill. Their main tower is gone. All my 5.9-inch guns are opening up. They are being blocked, however. If I go with AP on the secondary guns as well, they might do something. It's 5.9 is nothing. They've got enough pen to go through some stuff. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to just kill it on structure, because the crew loss isn't mounting as much as I'd hoped, and well, of course, it doesn't flood. Incoming torpedoes. Noticed them just in time. I still have not knocked out their torpedoes. They had no trouble knocking out mine. Which, if I could get their torpedo launchers, that would sure help with the crew loss that I'm trying to get. Because I lost a lot of crew losing these torpedo launchers. They're still going. Of course, I've taken no flooding either, but I have not really gone through my belts, so I shouldn't. class has decent extended armor, so that does help when fighting light cruisers. There we go, engine damage. They've launched again. I'm gonna have to turn again. Which of course means I'm taking a lot of damage. Including my rudder. Which is an annoying component to lose. It's back now though. Their torpedoes are still safe. And because they don't take any flooding, their engines are just repaired again. %2 structure left. A little bit more. There we go. Nice. Still not a drop of flooding on board. There was nothing left of the ship's structure, but somehow the water was kept out. And I think this will be quite easy. And it's a stormy battle. Since we're just fighting a single light cruiser, I just sent a single heavy cruiser. The Dessau, one of the German War Prize cruisers that I've completely refit. This is one of those heavy cruisers that have more resistance than most battleships. Extremely tough hull. Which is why I wanted some of these as war prizes. Could essentially just be considered a kind of a battle cruiser almost. I mean, it's got 11-inch guns. Let's see if we can score some good hits on this Frenchie, which is a class we know. Oh, they only have 9-kilometer torpedoes. I could get much closer, but I might not have to. In fact, I might not be able to get closer before they sink. Because the 11-inch guns are just picking it apart. Yeah. That was quite a bit easier battle than the previous one. Even though in both cases it was a heavy cruiser versus a light cruiser. Okay, now let's see where we are at. Still losing lots of transports. Okay, Sardinia is taken. Good. 86,000 tons. Which ships are these? Okay, it's these guys. Let's see, I want to take back Helgoland, of course. That's at 100%. Army might take Burma, maybe. Let's see, what kind of navies are we up against now? Have anyone built anything yet? Germany is rebuilding, but they're kind of neutral. America has another battleship now. Britain has built some. France is down to 7 ships. Okay. Now let's see. I've got quite a bit of spare shipbuilding capacity. Let's set these to sea control so they can do things. Let's unsuspend these two. I should probably have done that a couple months ago once the shipbuilding capacity cleared up. Let's unsuspend those two, yeah, and then start building some of these. And start refitting some of these. Just while we can. And that leaves me with like 70,000 tons of free capacity. Not enough to build another one of those, which I do want to. But I can build 2 of these and 2 of their half-sisters. Oh, there we go. That should work out to just over 70,000 tons, and that works out to perfect. Okay, so let's put these. These can be like built in slightly random ports, like Havana, and let's see, sister ship. Yokosuka, sure. And these 4, let's put them in let's just build them in Kiel. That's a big port. Or sure. Hull. Actually, Yarmouth. Nice. Very nice. These ones I also want on sea control. Now, let's start the invasion of Helgoland. Just gonna take it back. That port has changed hands quite a few times. Right, 87%. Let's... hang on. 6 battleships. Have these... these are 2 divisions that have joined together, I think. Maybe. No, that's the... never mind. Here we go. That's where these are going. That's where they belong in this task force. Yes. Because we got their sister ships here. Nice. So that should bring that back up to 100%. I'm pretty sure. And I should probably want to send something out here to deal with these pesky Americans that are bringing a battleship. Alright, they're bringing a battleship. And they are all assembling... well, they're not all assembling, they're... like, gonna be a couple of different task forces. Weird, annoying even. Do I have some spare ships to deal with them? Of course I do. Like these. Except for the 2K class. They can stay here and maybe, I don't know, generate some missions or something. Alright, on to 1956. Alright, we got some fights. And some of these events to click through. Pretty much just admirals being replaced. And of course the port strikes that have to be done. Like, no, I don't get to fight the big enemy task force, I get to fight a single destroyer. Very nice, very cool. Alright, destroyers, you can just go home. Battlecruisers, we're moving out. And just gunning down that enemy destroyer as soon as it is in range. Which it is now very soon. And now it's hiding in its little smoke screen. But there it is. Cooper. And it is one of their like Corvette type of destroyers. The gunboat thing. Not very fast, not very big, not very survivable, but so far I'm failing to actually score a hit. There we go. Take 100,000 damage to the face. And a little bit more. Nice. And okay. So the Brits have a couple of heavy cruisers. Alright. And they are almost in range now. Let's see. Let's pick out some targets. 3 for each. That should be sufficient. Donnebo opens first. We got plenty of big guns. And plenty of ammunition. These ships have just been sitting around in invasion circles for months. So they've had plenty of time to replenish. Just gonna watch them sail by, I think. Coming out of the fog. Just barely make out their silhouettes and they're firing. Haven't done too much damage yet. That's Magnus Lagaböte, currently the biggest dreadnought type battleship anywhere, I think. Almost 90,000 tons. That is, I think, one of the ones captured by from Greece. And that was the battleship line. Now we're actually taking incoming. I didn't notice. I was too busy looking at my ships to actually pay attention to the battle, if you can call it that. And they've launched torpedoes. I should probably have been paying attention to that at least. The Galatea has launched a spread of torpedoes. So we're gonna have to start maneuvering. And hey, that was a pretty nice little cinematic moment. Let's all load HE and just completely demolish it like that. And then we don't have to care about the torpedoes. Nice. Alright. More transport losses. Nothing too bad. Burma was pushed back in. They're trying to re-invade Pakistan. 77%. Yeah, because they sent those 2 cruisers there, but they got destroyed. Okay, here we go. There is an American task force hiding here behind the Germans. It's not a huge task force, but it's a little bit. It's something. Still 100% here. I don't think that invasion of Turkey will go anywhere. I don't think this British invasion of Pakistan will go anywhere. They don't have that tonnage in total. This one, though, that is a successful invasion, unless I do something about it. And I do intend to, because I have a battlecruiser. I can go here. Actually, let's just send the battlecruiser, like so. It can deal with this on its own. It's just 1 heavy and 4 destroyers, so not a big deal. Didn't they send this back? No? No, this invasion is still going. Right. Okay, what else? Anywhere else I can launch an invasion that I have the ships for in the right place? Like, do I have anything that can actually initiate that invasion of Western India? Like, sitting around somewhere. Oh, this one. That should probably be somewhere else. But if it's here, it can do the job. Let's add in some cruiser escort. Not the J-48, they're gunboats. Anything else? Here we go, a couple of cruisers. No, that's not enough to hang on, I can just start taking something here, can't I? Like Sarawak. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, no, this is Burma, Brunei. All these, that's not a lot of tonnage required. North Borneo. Let's start with that one. It's a valuable place, and it requires very little actual tonnage. So, yeah. No, we're going for this one. We're gonna take Borneo. That's the next stepping stone. And I'm gonna have to wait for one of my big task forces to become available to take Western India, because I'm thinking it will require something north of 300,000 tons. So that requires a handful of battleships at least. Like, we're gonna have that available though. Okay, maybe not this force, they're kind of small, but plenty of stuff here that will have some free time very soon. But not today. Goodbye, and take care.